So this is the yoga strip. It's a 1 meter flexible rubber strip. You can use it for different goals. The exercise I'm going to explain now is to realign the upper spine and actually also the lower spine. A lot of people, because they're using phones and looking down like this, or they're sitting behind a desk and working with a computer, so you start out nicely like this, and after a couple of minutes or hours the body has this posture, and that creates tension in the neck, tension in the throat, and especially tension behind the shoulder blades and in between. So what you want to do is you want to open up the chest in order to place your head back into the normal position. And this tool can help you with this, because very often there's a lot of tightness around this area. That's around the 7th thoracic vertebrae, or 7th thoracic vertebrae, and that's the place where most people have the apex of the bend. So if you push this forward, it has an effect on the whole spine, on the lower back and also on the neck. And the head weighs about 7 kilograms. It's about the weight of a bowling ball. And if it's positioned perfectly aligned or over the spine, then the muscles only have to stabilize it. They don't have to work that hard. But the further the head moves forward, the more force these muscles have to create in order not to drop your head down. So every inch, every 2.5 centimeters, your head goes forward in relation to the normal resting position, increases the tension twice. So if your head is 5 centimeters forward, which can happen quite fast, it means that your head weighs about 28 kilograms relatively for your muscles. So you don't want that, because that can give you headaches, it can give you pain in the neck, it can give you pain in the upper spine and even in the lower back. So this is a very important exercise. So what you're going to do, you're going to fold it together and then you place it in between your shoulder blades, and you're going to lay down. And the bottom of the strip is positioned at the 7th thoracic vertebrae. Well, most people don't know where that is, but that's exactly the line, the lower line of where your scapula ends. And with females, it's usually the place where your bra is connected. So you lay down like this, put your hands on your ribs, so you can feel the abdominal muscles, they can relax, and the ribs. And your head rests on the strip. And from there, you're first gonna land on it and just breathe in through the nose. And breathe out through the nose. So then you let your shoulders be pulled down like gravity. They go around the strip. It can feel really tight in the neck. It can feel really tight in the upper back, or actually painful. If so, it means that you have a lot of tension in the spine. It can also feel very comfortable at first, and then if you're laying like longer, you will notice the tension will build up. So what most people don't know is that the body is in a constant flow. All cells are being made and being destroyed every second, every millisecond. So also, if you give the spine the correct input, it can actually change the structure of the bones. And they did experimental studies where they can see that the bone structures inside the bone, there are strength lines. They can change, they will change under the influence of pressure and posture, but you can also already see that change within 18 minutes. So that means if you do this regularly, daily or weekly, or you be very aware of your posture, that in a couple of years from now, the whole structure of your spine is different than it is now. So you can grow actually more straight than you are now, or you can grow more bent than you are now. It's up to you. You can decide. You have the power over it. So this is position one. In the second position, you can put your hands on the forehead with your elbows just above your shoulders, and just have it rested there. From here, it's usually easier to tuck in your chin a little bit. And then you can also tuck in your lower ribs, so you contract your abdominal muscles so that you're pushing your ribs down in the direction of the mat. And also be aware of the breathing, so you just breathe in, relaxed, in and out. You can hold this position for 5 minutes. And then the third is you extend your arms, and you can put your fingers, interlace your thumbs, and then you relax your shoulders down, and from there you move your arms back. And then you move them back until you feel a stretch underneath the arms. A lot of times this happens, so the chest moves up too much. So see if you can keep your abdominal muscles active and your chin tucked in a little bit. And then from here you breathe in to the top of your chest. Exhale, relax the shoulders, relax the spine, but hold your abdominals tight, and then you lift your arms up again. So you can do this for about 5 to 10, maybe 15 repetitions, depending on how it feels. And after that, you can place your hands back on your forehead or place your hands back on your ribs and just lay and let the gravity do its work. You can do this exercise every day, but if you start with it, just if you're new to it, your spine has to get used to it a little bit, and it can get very sore at that pressure point. So then it might be wise to do it like twice a week. You can actually also move that strip like 2 centimeters up, 2 centimeters down, to get rid of that problem as well. And if you're done with it, you just roll to one side, you place the strip beside you, and then you lay down on the floor and relax. And enjoy the connection to the floor.